Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is another Life of Pi lesson where I will be doing the analysis for chapter 31, 32, and 33. Okay, so chapter 31 is very important. They met once. Mr. Satish Kumar and Mr. Satish Kumar. So here's a problem. If you are going to watch that stupid movie, you are going to be confused because in the novel, we have two Mr. Satish Kumar. The teacher and a Muslim baker. There are two. In the movie, you only have the one. Okay, and that's a problem. So they met once at the zoo. So what happened was Pi invited Mr. Satish Kumar, the Muslim baker, to the zoo. And I'm going to ask you a very difficult question for you to ponder about. Why did Pi not invite Mr. Satish Kumar, the teacher? Obviously not because he spent most of his time at the zoo. He is an atheist. And the zoo, he called his temple, his religious place, his place of worship. So why would Pi invite the teacher to the zoo when he's always there? He invited the Muslim baker to the zoo because Mr. Satish Kumar, the Muslim baker, has never been to the Pondicherry Zoo before. Okay? So he invited him, and then he stood at the gate waiting for Mr. Kumar to attend. The problem is, he somewhat forgot how he looked like. He forgot his appearance. And now he's trying, because Mr. Satish Kumar is a very plain man, there's nothing flamboyant about his appearance. He kept on looking left and right to see if Mr. Kumar is going to attend. Okay? And as he's waiting, people are coming up to him and he's getting very annoyed. No, go play. Go do that. People are coming up to him all the time. Even Mama G came up to him as well. Okay? But he is waiting for Mr. Kumar, the Muslim baker, to attend. Okay? And then Mr. Kumar, he saw Mr. Kumar approaching the Pondicherry Zoo. Mr. Satish Kumar wanted to pay at the ticket booth. Remember, it is a zoo, it is a business, so he wanted to pay to enter. And Pi said, no, you're not going to pay. Not pay, it's free. It's free. Mahala. Finit. You may enter. Because Pi invited him. Okay? Mr. Satish Kumar, the Muslim baker, was in absolute disbelief, in awe, mesmerized by the beauty of the zoo. He looked at the trees, he looked at the different animals, he looked at the habitat. He was absolutely amazed, in awe, mesmerized by the zoo. In fact, it was his first time seeing a zebra. And he asked many questions. Example, can the stripes come off? Is it painted? What happens if it rains? And Pi was obviously, like, no. And Pi explained to him. Coincidentally, the second Kumar was at the zoo at the time as well. So the Muslim baker and the teacher were both coincidentally, unintentional, at the zoo at the same time. And Pi was like, wow, I know it's fictional, but Pi is like two of my favorite people at the zoo. Totally different belief. One is an atheist, one is a believer in God, and both of them are at the zoo at the same time. And guess what? Pi has a great sense of admiration for both equally. Irrespective if Mr. Satish Kumar is an atheist, great sense of respect and admiration for Mr. Satish Kumar. And obviously for Mr. Satish Kumar, the Muslim biker as well. Okay? And what I find fascinating, and you need to be a deep reader, the Muslim baker, no? The Muslim baker calls Pi Pasin. Yes, Pasin. Yes, Pasin. The animals are amazing, Pasin. Is that a zebra? The zebra is beautiful. The zebra. Yes, Pasin. Hello, Pasin. The teacher calls Pi Pi. P-I. The teacher calls Pi Pi because Pi is a mathematical equation and he's a teacher. The Muslim baker calls Pi Pasin. Read carefully. Chapter 31. Okay? Pi obviously got a carrot. He broke the carrot into two. He gave Mr. Satish Kumar one. He gave Mr. Satish Kumar one. And they were feeding the animals. I don't know which animal in particular. Okay, chapter 32. Do you guys remember the practice of anthropomorphism? When you anthropomorphize an animal, you look at an animal through human eyes. Okay, now there is an equivalent to this practice. And this is called zoomorphism. Zoomorphism is when an animal takes a human or another animal to be of its kind. Okay? Anthropomorphism is when a human looking at an animal through human eyes. So when I see a dog or a cat, over time, I no longer see the cat or the dog. I see it as a human itself. Okay? Zoomorphism is when the animal is looking at a human or an animal through animal eyes. And let me explain this quickly. A lion is not aware of its appearance. A dog, a cat, a tiger is not aware of its appearance. In other words, if you must take a mirror and put a mirror in front of a dog or in front of a lion or in front of a monkey, you will get a reaction from them. They will be like, hey, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Because they don't understand it is a reflection. Because they are unaware of their appearance. Got it? Now, the prime example of zoomorphism is when a dog is trying to mate with a human. And you've seen this when the dog will go to your leg and try to ziggy your leg. Okay? Don't write a ziggy in the exam. Use the word copulate. The reason why the dog is going for your leg is because the dog is obviously on heat, but also not aware of its appearance. In the dog's mind, you are a dog as well. Okay? Number two, second example. There are many cases where a dolphin will save your life when you're drowning. Because the dolphin will come from underneath in the ocean and save whoever, right? Will save the person. The reason why they do that is because that's how they play. And that is how they help each other as well. Dolphins now. So in his mind, when he's doing that, he's helping his friend, but he's actually helping you. But the idea is he's unfamiliar of his appearance or her appearance. That's why. Another example is when, and it's in Life of Pi, where a viper lived with a mouse. A viper, a snake, lived with a mouse for a long time. So what happened was, the baby viper and the mouse, they grew up together. According to the viper, you look like me. According to the mouse, you look like me. And because they grew up together, the viper did not attack the mouse. This particular one, let's say the one with the gray patch, the viper will attack the other mice, but not this one in particular, because in his mind, you're not a mice, if that makes sense, because of your gray patch. Okay, another example, and this is common on farms, where they will use dogs as foster mothers for the cubs. Okay, so you will have lion cubs, and they will use like dogs as foster mothers. What will happen over time, the cub will become a lion, obviously, but the cub will not attack the dog, because in the lion's mind, former cub, now a lion, that's my mother, because the lion is not familiar with its appearance. Do you understand? That is zoomorphism, where the idea that when an animal looks at another animal as one of its own. And this is absolutely important, because it's exactly how Richard Parker viewed Pi. So Pi is using anthropomorphism, and RP is using zoomorphism, right? Where he's looking at Richard Parker as one of its own. Could be a reason why he did not attack Pi. Pi, on the other side, anthropomorphized Richard Parker as a brother and as a companion. The idea of companionship comes from religion as well. Okay, chapter 33. So again, we have our intermittent fictional narrator, Jan Wattau, and he's going through his family memorabilia. What is a memorabilia? You can say it is a collage, so a collection of pictures, right? And what is happening is that the narrator and Pi, they are going through these images, and there's an image of Pi's wedding. He's smiling, he's happy, he's joyful. There's a younger picture of him. There are pictures of his student days. There's a picture when he graduated as well from the university. And then Jan Wattau says something. There's a smile. There's a smile. But eyes tell another story. Eyes tell another story. What do you think about that? Grade 12s, you guys are familiar with the phrase that the eyes are the window to the soul. Okay, so you can tell, the eyes can tell a story. Adult Pi is smiling. Okay, it gives the impression that he is content with his life. But eyes tell another story. This is referring to trauma. This is referring to trauma, and it is referring to his ordeal. In other words, his experience on the lifeboat. Let me tell you why he's traumatized. Number one, he lost his family. Tragic. Number two, he experienced the death of the zebra. Tragic. He experienced the death of orange juice. Tragic. He experienced the death of the hyena. Tragic. He experienced severe starvation and dehydration. He experienced the death of the blind Frenchman. he experienced adverse weather, extremely hot and very cold as well. So if you think about it, he's traumatized. Richard Parker left him also unceremoniously without saying goodbye. Trauma. Okay, so I also want to make a reference here to this one image. It's black and white, taken at the zoo. Okay, in the picture you have Mama G's there. There's a picture of Richard Parker as well, and Parker's looking away, totally oblivious to what is happening. Jan Martel asked, is that there's a man in the picture, and he asked the question, is that your father? And Pai says, no, I don't know who that man is, but my father is the one taking the picture. Then he goes on to say that to date, he does not have a picture of his mother. In fact, he is struggling to remember her image. He is struggling to remember her voice. He says it is slowly fading away. He goes on to say, if he can see her, it will come back to him. But the image of his mother and the voice of his mother is slowly fading away. And he grows somber. Okay, so he's experiencing a deep sense of melancholic and sadness and somber. Okay, there we go. Life of Pi, chapter 31, 32, and 33. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Cheers.